Alrighty, welcome everyone. Good morning. I tried to record this a little bit earlier, but then the Discord went insane because of me, my fault, and so I ended up getting distracted and not recording it effectively, which actually has given me more time to wake up. I made an announcement this morning in the Discord because I woke up to a number of pings and conversations directed directly at me, most of which were from people who are no longer paying for the Discord, suggesting different things that they think should be done in the Discord. And that was the last straw. It wasn't necessarily specifically bad or worse today than otherwise, but it's been a pretty consistent trend that the most vitriolic, venomous conversations in my Discord, and the ones that are the most critical of me, to be fair, and I recognize that there's an element of selfishness here, are coming from individuals who no longer have a Discord role, which indicates that they're no longer paying for the Patreon. Which makes sense, you know, someone who was a fan and has stopped paying for started out paying for the Patreon and is no longer paying for the Patreon likely has a reason to no longer be paying for the Patreon, which likely is that they don't like my content anymore or don't approve of other things that I've done, and that's totally fine. I would hope that those individuals would have the wherewithal to remove themselves from a community that is meant to be positive and supportive, but instead they don't. And so I made an announcement, which is something that I've been thinking about for a while and talked about in the Brew stream last stream, but made no real strong announcement toward. And the announcement was that I was going to get my shit together and wake up this morning, and as soon as I had the computer on and was on my desktop, I was going to remove all members from my Discord that no longer have a role. That is the way that the Discord was supposed to run from the outset, and from the beginning, I have disliked doing it and never done it. I've never removed all the members who are no longer paying from the Discord. The Discord is meant to be a Patreon exclusive Discord. It's what it says on the thing when you sign up, is you'll get access to the exclusive patron-only Boo Crew Discord server. That's what it says. But I've always shied back from that because I don't like removing people. It seemed wrong to remove people from my server who wanted to contribute to the community and wanted to be active members of the community simply because they were no longer paying me for it. It seemed wrong. It still seems wrong. I don't want to do it. But the trend was unavoidably recognized. The trend was that people who no longer like the channel stay in the server, and continuously, whenever any sort of conflict happens in the server, they're there to jump in and criticize and mock and shame and shitpost and add nothing. And that is not all of the people who don't have roles, not in any way. But all of the people who shitpost and mock seem to be people without roles. At least more of them. So I woke up and I posted that post. Why am I listening to people who aren't contributing to this server? And I made that announcement, and I added everyone in the Discord server, and the server exploded, and people were very unhappy about this, reasonably so. A couple of good suggestions came out of it. One of them was, well, what if you just restricted all of the access to all of the channels in the server, except for a couple, to people with roles? And I've decided that that's a better idea. And so that's what I've done. That said, the biggest criticism, and the most effective one, was that I was too curt, direct, and gave too little time for something like this to sink in. And so I'm making this video to announce it to all of the YouTube, the whole channel, and get some feedback. I think that the Discord server, how do I put this? I think that if I say that it costs $1 to have a voice, then it should cost $1 to have a voice. I think that there are thousands of you, and I do not have time to pay attention to even a fraction of you. And that's a damn shame, because I'd really like to be able to pay attention to all of you, even the ones of you who are vitriolic and hurtful, because usually if I talk to people who are being shitposty or venomous or acidic, and I try to figure out what's really going on behind that, we find out that there's actually some common ground and there's actually some space there. But it drains me like fuck to do it. It's like I've got a... There go the tears, okay. Interesting. It's like I've got a well of empathy and it runs dry real fast. I just can't do it that much. And so they're just going to warn somebody who's shitposting. His reactions have become cringe, basically. Man, that hurts. Man, that hurts a lot. Well, here's the deal. I have to exist in this server. I have to exist in it. Others can leave if they want to. But in the Discord server, anybody can communicate with me. Anybody can react to me. Anybody can at me and ping me, and I can't not see what they post. Because it's my community. It's the space that I exist in, and I see everything that gets posted there unless it's posted in spoiler channels. And I read all of it, just like I read all the damn comments. But people on the YouTube channel, it's like, I get really mean comments occasionally, and they hurt every time. I read them all, and they hurt every time. And I won't pretend that they don't. I'm not a shell of a person. I'm not all armor, you know? And it hurts me most that somebody would have so much hatred in them, would harbor so much desire to hurt or malice. And it hurts me when people misinterpret me, even when it's my fault. But it hurts. And so I have to remove, I don't know what I have to do. Maybe I shouldn't have backpedaled from removing all people who are not paying directly for the channel to simply restricting most of the channels on the Discord to people who are paying. Maybe that initial impulse is something that I should have stuck with. I don't know. But I want to fix this damn Discord server, and I don't know how. See, somebody just added me saying, get off Discord and go do your work. And that's a fundamental misunderstanding, because managing the Discord server is part of my work. It's a paid community server that I run, that I charge money for. It is my work. And it's one of the reasons people give me money, is to have access to the Discord server. In fact, it's the main one, because I've removed early access. So I'll have to be clear about that too. I think early access is fundamentally a lie. It's withholding content from you that could be posted for free, while claiming that I make all the content for free, and withholding it for no reason, except that I can, in order to manufacture value in the ability that you could get to get it early. And that's not actual value that I've actually produced. It's value that I've produced simply by withholding, by putting a wall around it. That seems incorrect. It's very different from paying for a good or service. And I've changed my mind about paywalls as a whole, at least partly. Or should I say, I'm in the process of changing my mind about paywalls as a whole. I've come to the conclusion that I don't think that there's that much wrong with paywalled content. If there's a reason for it to be paywalled, but withholding the content, artificially manipulating the value of the content by withholding it from the viewer, strikes me as wrong. And a lot of people have said that it doesn't strike them as wrong. So be it. It strikes me as wrong. It makes it hard for me to sleep at night. It makes me feel exploitative and evil. And I can't do that. And kicking people who aren't paying from the Discord server, a community where they can actually get some benefit and, communicate with people and talk with people and maybe communicate in a way that will help them feel like they're not alone in the world. Kicking people from the server because they can't pay seems wrong too. It seems wrong too. So I'm glad that I haven't had to do it, I guess. I'm glad that somebody suggested a better option. Because when I weigh that wrongness with the impossibility of living and existing in a server where what I get is a constant stream of negativity, deserved and undeserved, I have to weigh those evils. And one of them is me being evil to others, and the other is others being evil to me, or me being evil to myself. And I guess the perfect answer is just to be self-sacrificing completely. I don't know what the answer is. But apparently people expect me to have it figured out. That's so absurd to me. Why would you expect me to have it figured out? I'm a broken human, trying to understand myself through media, trying to understand others. I don't have it figured out. I'm figuring it out. Piece by piece. Video by video. Day by day. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm experimenting. And I've been right about some things. Seriously right about some things. I've been right that if I provide content and value, people will pay for it. I've been wrong about how willing they'll be to pay for it if you don't require it. And I know that I'm wrong about that because when I removed early access, my patron numbers plummeted. Which is exactly what I would expect. But they plummeted badly. So maybe I'm wrong about how altruistic people will be. And down that line, maybe I was wrong in thinking that people with access to something that is free will treat it with respect. Because it seems like it's not true. I wish it were, though. I wish I could make it be true. But I don't know how. I definitely moved too quickly in announcing this thing. I should have done it differently. And now I'm vacillating, and that makes me seem even weaker than I am, despite my obvious weakness. It's obvious to me. I don't want to kick people from my server, but I think maybe I have to. I think maybe I don't have a choice. Because the alternative is to destroy myself. Because it's destroying me. Having people continuously be mean. Not critical or disrespectful, but mean, malicious, hurtful, harmful, mean, base, cruel, and loving it. Having that in the server hurts me. It hurts me immensely. I wake up to enter a channel, or I wake up and start getting ready to record a video, and I glance at the Discord, and I find posts from people who aren't even watching the show in that Discord channel for that show, saying how much they doubt that I'll actually get up and make a video today. He won't. Don't expect anything out of Tiabu. Man. All ready to go, getting it together, and puh! The wind out of my sails. Can't exist like that. Can't do it. So that happened. That's what happened in the server today. And now I'm a wreck. Did I do this to me? Yeah, I did this to me. There's nobody to blame for it but myself. I should have thought about it a little bit more carefully. But I didn't. So that was foolish. What do you think? Should the Discord server be patron exclusive? And what should that mean? If I let people stay who are no longer paying, does that devalue the server? Does it devalue the voice that anybody gets if they do pay? I think it might, but I'm not sure. Should I have the prerogative to kick or ban anybody that I want from the server at any point? For any reason? I don't think so. Now I'm emotional and confused, and so, at this point, making any additional decisions seems like a bad idea. A worse idea than the bad ideas that I've already undergone and undertaken today, which are bad ideas. I don't know. I'm not going to make any dramatic decisions in the next hour or so. I'm going to go take a shower, get cleaned up, see if I can get a video recorded today. I'll leave with this. This channel matters to me a lot. It's my whole life. It's everything that I care about. And everything that I care about I put on the channel. And so it remains everything that I care about. And the Discord matters to me too. Immensely. I want it to be great. And it has been. It hasn't been recently. And I don't know how much of that is my fault. And I'm not sure how to fix it. I don't think moderators are the answer, and I don't trust my moderators, which is a bit of a problem. I don't know if kicking people who aren't paying is the answer. But it might be. I don't like it as an idea. I don't know if restricting some or all of the channels in the server is a good idea. And I don't like doing it. But I don't know. What I do know is that I need to communicate more effectively what I'm thinking. Because that's the best criticism that I've received, is that the way that I communicated my desires and goals was ineffective and led to a lot of the confusion and fear. And so I have to be better at that. And I'm not sure how to be. Because I'm not sure of myself a lot of the time. So maybe I need to trust myself more. But I don't know. So here's a window into who I am and what I struggle with. Because I'm constantly grappling with trying to figure out what is the right way forward. And I'm constantly experimenting and trying to get closer to something like goodness or truth. And I don't know what that means. But I do know that I am determined, regardless of hardship or struggle, to go that way. I'm determined to. It's the only thing that works. And I learned that from anime. And I don't know what to do when I don't know which way is up. Maybe the opposite is the way that I should be going. Maybe the Discord should be totally free, and then I should ask people to pay for it. But again, I don't think people... I think if you make something free, nobody will pay for it now. I was wrong. I really wanted to believe that if I made something free and I asked somebody to pay for it, that they would do so. And if I made something free and I asked somebody to respect it, that they would do so. And I think I might have been wrong. And that saddens me so much. Saddens me so much. But I don't know what to do about that. Do I sacrifice principles? Do I sacrifice my own well-being? What is the proper sacrifice? And how do I make it properly? So that I cause the least harm that I can and survive in a way that allows me to continue on the journey that way. I don't know. I don't know if I'll post this. No, I know that I have to. Even if it's weird and rambling and fucked up, and people are going to question whether I'm going to have a psychotic break, and just like they did on announcement change and this and that and this and that, and that's fine. I don't think I'm going to have a psychotic break. I'm dedicated toward improvement. And improvement means... Well, we know what improvement means because it's been demonstrated to us in art over and over. It means breaking yourself and rebuilding yourself with gold in between, like FIGHTO in Hoseki no Kuni. It's what it means, but where's the gold? And that process of improvement is worthless if there isn't something that you're striving toward. And so what's worth striving toward? So I'll be clear and explicit about what I want to do. I want to help people of all kinds and shapes and sizes and colors and genders and gender identities and races and religions and places and people of all kinds. I want to help people believe in themselves and in others. And to do that, I have to believe in people, that they'll do the right thing. But there's a limit. There are limits to it, and that's what I've discovered, is that there are limits to it. And I don't know exactly where they are, and so I'm struggling. Because sometimes it's really hard to believe in people when they're spitting in your face and taking shits on your goddamn bed. Because that's how it feels when I open up my damn Discord server and I find hatred there in a community that I've tried to build on love. And it must be my fault. It has to be. Because it's the place that I built. And so it reflects on me, and it hurts me, and I don't know what to do about it. At least not right now. So, there's my video for the day. That may take the place of the brew for the day. I'm not sure. I may decide to play Disco Elysium today instead. I don't know. I don't know if I'll get Mushoku Tensei done today. I don't know. I want to be on for that show, and I think I'm not on. Love and forgiveness, huh? It's the hardest thing. The hardest thing that I could imagine. Love and forgiveness. And striving to spread it, even when it doesn't exist around you. Striving to find it, even when you can't see it. And believing that it's there, even when there's no evidence. I am the me that believes in me. And I mean that. But I have to be the me that believes in you, too. That's a lot more difficult. That's a lot more difficult. To believe in others. Because you don't know their minds. And often you only know their venom. Love and forgiveness. It's tough. It's tough, but I love you. Bye for now. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna take a cold fucking shower. Because it's hard. We'll see who comes out. Thank you for being. Being is good. Even when it's like this. Even when it's the worst that I've been in a while. Being is still good. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to talk to you about it. And to share with you something really hard. Even if it's so silly to so many of you. And I'm sure that it is. And I'm sure that there will be people who laugh at this, and that's okay. I want to share and express something that I tried to express in the last Bocchi the Rock reaction, which is that I think people look at me and the relative success of the channel and the fact that I'm up here talking to you and that I'm getting more fit and more handsome and you know, more healthy. And they see somebody who's succeeding in some way, and they think, well, then I couldn't do that. That's not like me. He started off with all these other things. Oh, no, no, no. No. I'm broken too. I struggle too. And I make foolish decisions too. I believe in myself anyway. Even when I don't believe in myself, I believe in myself. How about that? So to those of you who can believe in me anyway, thank you. And to those of you who have a hard time believing in yourself, you're not alone, and I believe in you anyway. Much love, and I wish you peace. And I wish you peace.